What's up YouTube? Today we are going to be rationalising the denominator. That means the denominator, the number at the bottom, can't be a surd. 3 over root 2. Well, this is really tricky because we need to change the question without changing it. If I do times 2, I've changed the question, I've doubled it. If I do times 3, I've trebled it. Times 30, I keep on changing my question. There's in fact only one number, I don't mean to give a clue away, but there's only one number we can multiply it by and keep the question the same. So that one number, I mean if you haven't got it back, it's 1. We have to multiply it by 1 if we want to keep it the same. 3 over root 2 times 1, we've kept the question the same. But it doesn't help us because we've just multiplied it by 1. So what we need to think now is we need to think creatively. We need to think what are some other ways that we can write 1. Well, we could do times 2 over 2, or we could do 3 over 3, or we could do something like 5 over 5. We could even do something like root 3 over root 3. All of these help us, but they don't help us enough. In fact, the only thing that we can multiply it by that's going to get rid of this denominator is doing this. Root 2 over root 2. We know root 2 times root 2 is going to be root 4. What's the square root of 4? 2. 3 times root 2, 3 root 2. And we've rationalised our denominator. We have got rid of the square root sign at the bottom. It's now a beautiful whole number. Let's do another example like this. 10 over root 5, well, we know that we need to times it by 1. Otherwise, we've changed the question. So what we're going to do here, to keep it as 1, our denominator is root 5. So our denominator is root 5. To keep it as 1, our numerator has to be root 5 too. 10 times root 5, 10 root 5. Root 5 times root 5, well, here's a little trick. If you do root 5 times root 5, it's going to be 5. Root 4 times root 4 is going to be 4. Root 10 times root 10 is going to be 10. Root 100 times root 100 is going to be 100. Root 3 times root 3 is going to be 3. Square root the same number times square root of the same number will just get you the same number as your answer. Root 5 times root 5 is just going to be 5. And at this point here, we can simplify it. 10 over 5, 2 over 1. So our final answer, 2 root 5. 2 root 5 divided by 1. Divided by 1 just means keep it the same, 2 root 5. I've got 4 more examples coming up quickly. 3 over root 10, our denominator is root 10, so times by root 10 over root 10, 3 root 10, and root 10 times root 10, just 10. This one here, times by root 3, so it's root 3 over root 3. 4 times root 3, 4 root 3 times root 3, just 3. This one here, our denominator root x, so root x over root x. So it's going to be 5 root x times root x, just going to be x. Root 10 over root 3, well, it's going to be times root 3 over root 3. Root 3 over root 3. Root 3 times root 3, sorry, we know it's just going to be 3. Root 10 times 3, well, it's going to be root 10 times 3. And 10 times 3, 30. So root 30 over 3. So that is how we rationalise denominators. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe.